今天的季后赛后采访，我是主持人 Reirachuu。现在有请台北 J 战队的中文选手 Mission。Hey guys, it's Reirachuu here with me for today's post-match winner interview is none other than J Team's mid laner Mission. Mission, 你好。
你好。
So, firstly, of course, congrats on the 3-1. Can you tell us how you're feeling right now? 首先就当然要恭喜台北 J 战队以3-1的成绩拿下今天本场比赛。那对于今天的战绩来说 ，Mission 选手可以跟我们分享一下你现在的感受吗？
今天原本觉得就是以目前的状态应该是可以3-0，但是我们前面因为可能比较紧张，然后输了第一把，所以现在觉得放心了。就原本以为就是会输很惨，因为第一把不小心输掉。
So, before coming into today's match, actually, our team thought that our condition was doing pretty good. We actually thought that we could take today's series 3-0. But after the series started, especially after we lost that game number 1, it did feel as if our team got more nervous and we got kind of a bit more scared that we were doing very badly for the series. So, of course, I have to ask you about the rest of that series because we also heard from the casters' side. They did mention that after looking at your games from today as well as last week, where you guys faced off versus Boom, in that series, you guys also lost the first game and then won the next 2. Today, you guys lost the first match and then won the next 3, just straight in a row to win the series. So the casters did mention that it seems as if J Team is that sort of team that takes a while to ramp up and that you guys don't usually do so well during the first game. So can you just tell us more about that? Do you feel that way? And just tell us more about how the team was feeling nervous after game 1 and how y'all brought it back. 接下来问题，那想谈一下，就关于你刚才说的，就是输了第一场之后的那些紧张的感受，就因为刚才主播台也有提到，就是台北 J 战队可能是支慢热的队伍，毕竟就上周你们对上 Boom 的那一场也是输了第一把之后再让1追2，今天也是一样，第一把没能取胜，之后却连续赢了3场。就团队输了第一场之后的那些感受，可以分享一下吗？还有之后是怎么保存好、找回好状态的呢？
因为第一场的 ban pick 我们都是选择比较前期的，所以相对的这种前期的阵容，我们就会打得比较激进一些。但因为觉得前面需要打得比较激进，所以我们有点太过于激进了，导致我们有一些东西就是没有做好。然后后面2、3、4场都是把 BP 调整成就是比较中后期的，那我们心情也会比较，就是可以选择比较慢慢玩，就是比较不会做过于急躁的事情。
So I think that a lot of it has to do with the picks and bans and the way that we chose our team composition in today's games. For example, during that game 1, the composition that we went for was a early game comp, and it was the type of comp where we had to make a lot of moves early on. We had to be very aggressive. However, I think that conversely, this made us feel worse. It made us feel like we had to be more aggressive, and so we kind of gave it more aggression than we actually had to. We made those mistakes. And it didn't quite work out for us in that game 1. However, in the following games, we picked more of a mid to late game scaling type of compositions, and that actually was able to set the team a lot more at ease. We were able to just take things more calm and then just play it out. So that worked out. The next question that I wanted to ask was, of course, we saw in that game number 1 that you guys dropped to HKA, that the team, especially Lil V over in the bot side, kept getting ganked when he was playing Syndra. So I want to ask just how much importance do you think it was that Lil V got focused so hard early on, and also how much of it has to do with the Syndra pick that maybe I'm not sure how much your team has been practicing lately. 那 接下来问题就是想问，就是关于第一场你们在 BP 环节的时候就为小 V 选了那个辛朵拉，然后第二场在 BP 环节上你们就选了那个金克斯，就是很 carry 型的角色，就想问，就是第一场小 V 玩了那个辛朵拉 ADC 输了之后，就第二场的阵容是完全不一样，然后第一场也是 HKA 也是一直在针对了下路，对吧？然后你们输了那第一场的时候，你是觉得会就大概几%是关于你们的 BP 呢？还有那个辛德拉在这版本。
因为第一场的 BP 如果让辛朵拉去打 AD 的话，那个就是没有后期的 AD，那我们可能就会变得很前期，我们需要前期结束游戏，所以我们会变得很急躁。然后第二把我们就觉得，就是如果一直选这种前期的，我们可能会没有办法，就是没有办法在前面结束游戏，所以我们就把辛朵拉放到中路，然后让 AD 选后期 carry 的，这样子我们会比较平衡一些。
还有星星最后句话了，打金克斯了。So he said that it doesn't have all too much to do with the Syndra going to Lil V. He said it's more so much where in the game and which lane the Syndra went to. So he said in that early game one, the fact that they had Syndra as an AD carry meant that they didn't have a late game scaling ADC, and that meant that like as they played out the game and as they were falling behind, they started to get a bit more antsy because they knew that it was going to be hard for them to come back. Whereas in game number 2 or later on, when they were picking the Syndra, they just kind of were like, okay, we're going to send the Syndra over to the mid lane, and then we're going to pick a late game scaling hyper carry. So they felt that that played it out better for the team. The next question I wanted to ask is to do with the tournament format from regular season to playoffs right now, because previously you guys were playing best of ones. Right now you're playing best of threes, best of fives. I want to ask you a question about your opponents. Do you guys feel that in today's series going up against HKA, what's the difference going up against them in terms of best of one versus in such a long best of 5? And what do you think are the good points about HKA that let them take that first victory? 那接下来问题就是想问给 Mission 选手，就是觉得 HKA 这支队伍跟他们今天交手下来，与在例行赛的时候遇到的时候有什么差别呢？还有是什么关键原因让他们取得今天第一场的胜利？是他们打得特别好吗？
因为例行赛的时候，我们有观察 HK， 他们的比较仰赖他们的打野空月的 carry 能力，所以我们的季后赛我们会选择把他比较 carry 的英雄 ban 掉，就像威尔哥跟冠，那让他选比较辅助型的打野，这样子可能HK 的胜率就会变比较低。然后第一场的主要还是因为我们打得太急了，所以送了一些不必要送的，所以第一场他们赢了。
So he says that as to playing versus HK, he thinks that the reason that HK was able to win so many games during the regular season was because they relied very heavily on Kongyurt being their jungler, being able to carry a lot of games, especially in the earlier stages of the game. So they said that going up against them today, what they really focused on for J Team was just wanting to shut down those aggressive early game junglers that Kongyurt has in his champion pool, and that was how they played out the series. As to why HK managed to win that game number 1, he said that it wasn't so much that HK played particularly well that game. It was really that J Team just played things a bit too rushed and made a lot of mistakes. So the last question that I have for you is tomorrow Beam Esports is going to play versus Machi, and then on Sunday you guys play the winner of that series. So which team do you think is going to win tomorrow? Also, which team would you rather play? 那最后一个问题想问给 Mission 选手，就是你个人认为明天 Beam Esports 对上 Machi 的比赛，比较希望是哪队取得胜利呢？
我比较希望Machi取得胜利，因为春季赛的时候，我们就是在 BO5输给马吉，所以这次我们想要赢回来。
球战。So he said that he definitely hopes that Machi will win tomorrow versus Bumi Sports. Not necessarily that he thinks it's because Machi are the better team, but he says during the spring season, he remembers it very clearly. They lost to Machi in that best of series and got kicked out of the competition. So he wants revenge. He wants to see them on Sunday. Thank you so much, Mission, for today's interview, and of course, good luck on Sunday. 好的，非常感谢 Mission 选手接受今天的赛后采访，祝台北这张队后天加油！主播回你们喽。
谢谢。